Hello, it's Lyndsay Allison back with another video. It's been a little bit, so I'm happy to be back. Life for me has been a bit of chaos and a bit of fun too. And the craziness of all of it has got me thinking about what we can do to help ourselves when life does get busy and crazy and chaotic. So as a minimalist, there are some things that we can do to keep ourselves afloat when things get crazy. So myself, I've had it pretty easy for the past few years as far as keeping my life together and maintaining a minimal home. With only 2 beings and generally having ample time, my house has stayed organized, minimal, and tidy without too much trouble, because I've had the time and the peace to get it all done. And so I've forgotten what a little bit of chaos sprinkled into a life can do to a minimal and organized home. It certainly changes things up, that's for sure. And it has certainly made me think about and empathize with people who are juggling kids, pets, loved ones, and all the extra responsibilities that can add the flavor and the extra work to our days. So with my new dog, preparation for a move, and a busier life in general, that has taken me from my gentle ease, free time, and my ever-present order and organization towards the chaos, uncertainty, and the extra work, I've had to get a bit more creative and structured in the order of maintaining some order to my home and to my life that might be able to help you too. So here are 5 ways to stay organized while living a life with a few servings of chaos. Number 1, find and cultivate the gifts that live within a simple daily routine. When we're feeling like we're just holding things together, having a few daily routines to add a stability of structure that is stitched thoughtfully into our life, softly reminding us of our responsibilities and daily necessities, can be a breath of kindness at every step. Because while doing these common and maybe mundane things, we actually might just have the opportunity for a bit of calm in the process. Depending on what I need in the moment, sometimes while in the midst of my regular daily chores and routines, I can offer myself a little bit of ease, a mindful moment, or just some time to zone out. So if you can etch out a predictable daily schedule, you might actually be feeding 2 birds from one hand. If, for instance, you're getting some necessary household work done as well as giving your mind some ease in the process. Morning dishes, bed making, whatever it is, if you stamp it in as a thing you do at the same time every day, maybe you can turn it into more than just that. Make this time a mindful meditation or a space to breathe out your stresses. Time to slow down. It's the little things that can make all the difference when chaos has been invited or has invited itself into our life. Number 2. Accept that perfection is not real and that getting one thing done pretty good is one good thing. Full stop. Even if our house is messy and strewn about, try to remember to tell yourself that you are doing your beautiful best and that is everything. A disorganized or more cluttered than we might choose or be comfortable with home is not who we are, it's just what we have right now. And darn it, we're doing good. And life is hard. And here we are, persevering. So breathe into the fact that we are kind of amazing and that showroom perfection isn't for every day or for every season of our life. Oh, you're so good. Okay, let's go. If everyone's fed, relatively clean, and taken care of, and we're getting to appointments and to our work, some mess or disorganization is perfectly fine. Celebrate the little wins and let the unimportant things blow away in the breeze. We can't do everything. We can't do perfection because it doesn't exist. And the interesting parts of life are always born from the struggles and the uncertainties. Number 3, corral the chaos. Create simple systems that are easy to keep up with when it feels like everything is impossible. Now, the thing with this one is that we kind of need a little bit of time to set these systems up, you're thinking, right? Well, you are right. But the other thing is that the systems don't have to be perfect and they shouldn't be complex. For instance, maybe the system is to create a landing area for all the papers that you haven't gotten a chance to decide what to do with in the moment. That's not too bad. Choose a tray, an Amazon box, or an out-of-the-way area and let those flyers and random mail come floating in. And then when you have an extra 5 minutes, you can go over to that safely tucked away area of papers and do what you need to do. As we all probably know, clutter without a doubt breeds clutter. So if you're drowning in papers, just try to keep them out of sight or just corralled until you can take care of them. Just don't forget that they exist. Number 4, don't let yourself fall into exhaustion or chaos buying. So I'm almost certain that I am not alone in this one. Without question, I've noticed that sometimes when my life gets chaotic or stressful or overwhelming, my inclination to buy myself a new doodad or present, or to randomly peruse my favorite online shops on the search for something fun and frivolous, becomes stronger than it normally is. As a person who was once quite addicted to the rush of buying something new, when my world is feeling a little off kilter, I can feel that mindless inclination revving up, and I want something special to ease my troubled mind. But now I know full well what's going on when I get these feelings, and I also know that it's not at all what I need in the moment, in reality. So when I know that I'm stressed and that life is kind of spinning, I get wise to that historical inclination, and I try to shut it down with some good logical self-chats. I remind myself to think things through, and if I do want this thing, I put it on the old wish list to ripen or to wither. No sudden or rash purchases for me. So try to be aware if you're suddenly shopping when there is no need. There might just be some unhealthy mind games that we don't need to play with ourselves. And as always, the roots of a minimalist life lives within our taking less. Number 5, do replenishing things for yourself. When things are chaotic, exhausting, when up and down don't quite have the meaning that they once did, balance may just need to be artificially added in at certain points of our day. It doesn't have to be a lot, it doesn't have to be pretty, but if we can get a few 5 minutes or 1 minute spots throughout the day, it might just make all the difference. Even if it's during a bathroom break where we just take a few extra breaths just for ourselves. The thing is, when we don't have enough time to get everything we'd like to done each day, it's easy to leave out the stuff that we can see as frivolous or extra, or we literally just forget it. And we ask ourselves, if things are unkept or messy, should we really be taking time to meditate or journal? The answer is indubitably yes. When there is always work to get done, we need to be more diligent with giving ourselves the things that will keep us sustained during our chaos period, be it a week, a month, or 10 years. So put down the broom and do what you know you need to. Yes, the dirt will be there tomorrow, and that's okay. But we have to come first. Minimalism isn't just things. It's a state of presence of mind, and it requires a willingness and an ability for us to see, to acknowledge, and to make decisions for ourselves and for our life every day. And sometimes giving our mind the space to be can be the magic amidst the madness. So take a moment to offer yourself compassion, space, and whatever it is you need. And that's it. That's the 5. I hope they help you. Thank you guys so much for listening to my thoughts and for going on the journey with me. Have a wonderful day. Let me know in the comments what you do for yourself when life feels chaotic. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.